You walk into a room full of strangers, your palms sweat, your mind goes blank. You wonder what to say, how to act, whether anyone will even want to talk to you. Meanwhile, across the room, someone effortlessly works the crowd. They make everyone laugh. People lean in when they speak. Conversations flow naturally. They make it look so easy. What do they know that you don't? Is charisma something you're born with? Or can it be learned? Here's the truth. The most magnetic people aren't necessarily smarter, funnier, or better looking. They've simply mastered the small techniques that make big differences in how people perceive them. Leil Lowndes spent decades studying charismatic communicators and discovered 92 little tricks that transform how you connect with people. These aren't manipulation tactics. They're subtle adjustments to how you speak, listen, and present yourself that dramatically improve how others respond to you. By the end of this video, you'll understand the invisible signals you're sending that push people away, the simple techniques that make you instantly more likable, and the conversation strategies that turn strangers into friends and friends into lifelong connections. Whether you're networking, dating, leading, or just trying to be more comfortable in social situations, these techniques will change how people see you and respond to you. Let's unlock the secrets of people who can talk to anyone. Chapter 1. The Power of First Impressions. You have 7 seconds. That's how long it takes for someone to form a lasting impression of you. 7 seconds before they've heard your credentials, your accomplishments, or your personality. 7 seconds based purely on how you look, stand, and move. This sounds unfair, but it's human nature. Our brains are wired to make rapid assessments for survival. And while we'd like to believe people judge us on substance, the reality is that first impressions are formed on style, and they stick. The good news? You can control these 7 seconds. Small adjustments create massive differences. The flooding smile technique. Don't flash an instant smile when you meet someone. That looks automatic and insincere. Instead, look at the person's face for a brief moment. Let recognition and warmth spread across your face, then break into a big, warm smile. This split-second delay makes your smile appear genuine and specifically for them. Why does this work? Because instant smiles look like customer service smiles, professional but not personal. A delayed smile looks like you're genuinely happy to see this specific person. The sticky eyes technique. Maintain eye contact even after someone finishes speaking. Don't break contact immediately. Let your eyes linger a moment longer, as if their words were so meaningful you're still absorbing them. Then, turn away slowly. This creates the impression that you find them fascinating. It makes people feel valued and understood. Most people break eye contact too quickly, which sends a subtle signal of disinterest. The big baby pivot. When meeting someone, don't just turn your head toward them. Turn your entire body to face them fully, as if they're the only person in the room. Give them 100% of your attention with your body language. This sounds simple, but watch people at networking events. Most people angle their bodies away, hold one foot pointing elsewhere, keep scanning the room. These subtle signals communicate, I'm not fully here with you. When you pivot your whole body, shoulders, hips, feet, to face someone completely, you send a powerful message. Right now, you are my entire world. People rarely receive this level of attention. When they do, they remember you. These techniques take seconds, but create lasting impressions. Before you've said a word, you've communicated warmth, interest, and respect. Chapter 2. The Art of Small Talk. Small talk isn't small. It's the gateway to every meaningful connection, yet most people dread it, rush through it, or avoid it entirely. The problem isn't small talk itself. The problem is treating it like an obligation rather than an opportunity. When you master small talk, you master the art of making people comfortable, which opens doors to deeper conversation. The Woozat technique: before attending an event, find out who will be there. Research them. Learn about their interests, achievements, and background. When you meet them, you're not flying blind. You have conversational ammunition. This doesn't mean stalking people online for hours. It means 5 minutes of smart preparation that transforms your ability to engage meaningfully. The conversation starter technique: never ask, "What do you do?" It's tired, predictable, and puts people in a box. Instead, ask more interesting questions. What's keeping you busy these days? Or what are you excited about right now? These questions invite people to share what matters to them, not just their job title. Maybe they'll talk about work. Maybe they'll talk about a hobby, a family project, or a personal goal. Either way, you learn what actually interests them. The encore technique: when someone mentions something they're involved in or interested in, show genuine curiosity. Ask follow-up questions. Draw them out. Most people give superficial responses, then change the subject. Don't be most people. If they mention they're training for a marathon, don't just say, "Oh, cool," and move on. Ask about their training, their motivation, their experience. Let them talk about what excites them. People love people who let them be the star of their own story. The word switch technique: replace dead-end words with words that open doors. Don't say, "That's nice." Say, "Tell me more about that." Don't say, "Interesting." Say, "What made you decide to pursue that?" Every conversation is a series of open doors or closed doors. Your word choices either invite people to share more or signal you want to move on. Choose words that open doors. Small talk mastered is the beginning of every significant relationship. Don't rush through it. Invest in it. Use it to discover what makes people tick. Chapter 3. Making killer conversation, moving beyond small talk, requires techniques that transform ordinary exchanges into memorable conversations. This is where connections deepen and relationships form. The Bear the Secret technique, early in conversation, reveals something slightly personal about yourself. Not something deeply private, but something real and vulnerable. This creates intimacy and trust faster than hours of surface-level chat. Maybe you share a fear, a failure, or something you're struggling with. This vulnerability gives others permission to be real with you. They drop their guard. Suddenly, you're having an actual conversation instead of trading pleasantries. The grapevine glory technique: don't wait to compliment someone to their face. Compliment them behind their back, knowing it will get back to them. Praise that travels through others carries 10 times the weight of direct compliments. Why? Because when someone tells them Sarah said amazing things about you, they know you weren't just being polite to their face. You genuinely meant it. This builds trust and goodwill exponentially. The kill the quick Me Too technique: when someone shares an experience or story, resist the urge to immediately respond with your similar experience. Don't say, "Oh, that reminds me of when I." This feels like relating, but it actually redirects attention to you. Instead, stay focused on their story. Ask questions. Express interest. Only after they've fully shared their story should you offer your related experience, if it adds value. People remember how you made them feel. When you keep focus on them rather than redirecting to yourself, They feel valued and heard. Though the words that win war's technique, certain words carry emotional weight. Use power words that create vivid images and strong emotions. Don't say something was good, say it was remarkable or transformative. Don't say you're happy, say you're thrilled or delighted. Rich vocabulary makes you memorable. It shows you think carefully about communication. It makes your words land with impact rather than drift past unnoticed. The conversation isn't about proving how interesting you are. It's about making the other person feel interesting. Master that, and you become someone everyone wants to talk to. Chapter 4. The listening advantage. The most charismatic people aren't great talkers. They're great listeners. But real listening is rare. Most people hear words while planning their next comment. The echo technique. Repeat the last few words someone said as a question. They say, "I just got back from Japan." You say, "From Japan?" This simple echo encourages them to elaborate without asking a full question. It shows you're paying attention and want to hear more. It keeps focus on them. It makes conversation flow naturally without awkward transitions. The smart empathy jammer technique. When someone shares something difficult, don't immediately offer solutions or try to relate with your own story. First, just empathize. That sounds incredibly challenging, or I can see why that would be frustrating. Sit with their experience before trying to fix it or relate to it. Most people rush past emotions to solutions. By pausing to acknowledge feelings, you create genuine connection. The bear the hot button technique. Pay attention to what lights people up. When their energy shifts, their voice changes, or they lean forward, that's their hot button topic. Pursue it. Ask more about it. Let them expand on what excites them. Everyone has topics they're passionate about. Finding those topics and giving people space to explore them is the key to memorable conversations. You become the person who gets the premature Me Too killer. When someone shares a challenge, don't immediately say, "I know exactly what you mean. I had the same thing happen to me." Even if you did experience something similar, hold that story. First, fully understand their experience. Ask questions. Seek to understand their unique perspective and feelings. Only after they've fully expressed themselves should you, if appropriate, share your related experience. And even then, frame it as something similar happened to me, so I think I understand a bit of what you're experiencing. The difference is subtle, but profound. One makes the conversation about you, the other keeps it about them while offering connection. Listening is a gift you give others. When you truly listen, without planning your response, without interrupting, without redirecting to yourself, you offer something most people rarely receive: complete attention. Chapter 5. Body Language Mastery. Your body speaks before your mouth opens. And often, your body speaks louder than your words. Mastering nonverbal communication is essential to becoming someone people want to talk to. The hang by your teeth technique. Visualize a cord attached to your breastbone, pulling you up and forward slightly. This creates a posture of confidence and energy. Slouching signals low energy and low confidence. This subtle postural shift changes how people perceive you. Limit the fidget technique. Nervous movements, touching your face, playing with your hair, tapping your feet, communicate anxiety and distract from your message. Train yourself to be still. Controlled, calm body language projects confidence. This doesn't mean being rigid. It means being deliberately still and moving only with purpose. When you speak, your body should reinforce your words, not undercut them with nervous energy. The tracking technique. Watch where someone's attention goes. If they keep glancing at their phone, checking the door, or looking past you, they're not fully engaged. You can either acknowledge it, I sense you might need to go, or pivot the conversation to recapture their interest. Don't ignore body language signals. Read them and adjust accordingly. The best communicators constantly calibrate based on nonverbal feedback. The space invader technique. Respect personal space, but don't be afraid to gradually decrease distance if the conversation is going well. Start at normal social distance, about 4 feet. As rapport builds, you can slowly move closer, maybe to 3 feet, then 2.5 feet. This gradual closing of distance signals intimacy and connection, but pay attention to their response. If they step back or cross their arms, you've moved too close. Back up and maintain comfortable distance. The eyebrow flash. When you first see someone, raise your eyebrows briefly in recognition. This universal signal says, I see you, I acknowledge you. It's a micro gesture that creates instant warmth. Your body is communicating constantly. Make sure it's saying what you want it to say. Align your physical presence with the message you want to send. Chapter 6. Navigating difficult conversations. Not every conversation is pleasant. Sometimes you need to disagree, deliver bad news, or handle conflict. The most skilled communicators navigate these moments without damaging relationships. The big baby yes technique. When you must disagree with someone, first find something, anything, you can agree with. Yes, I can see why you'd think that, or yes, that's definitely one way to look at it. Start with agreement before presenting your different view. This prevents people from becoming defensive. When they feel heard and partially validated, they're more open to hearing alternative perspectives. The boomerang technique. When someone criticizes you or asks a difficult question, pause before responding. Use that pause to collect yourself and craft a thoughtful response rather than reacting emotionally. The person who controls their reaction controls the conversation. Instant reactions are often defensive or emotional. A brief pause allows you to respond strategically instead of reactively. The salt trick. When delivering criticism, sandwich it between positive feedback. Start with something genuine you appreciate about the person or their work. Then deliver the constructive criticism. End with encouragement or another positive observation. This makes criticism easier to receive because the person doesn't feel attacked. They feel seen both for their strengths and their areas for growth. The killer compliment technique. Give unexpected, specific compliments. Not you're smart, but the way you solved that problem by thinking about it from the customer's perspective was brilliant. Specific compliments show you're paying attention and that your praise is genuine. Generic compliments feel obligatory. Specific compliments feel meaningful. Difficult conversations don't have to damage relationships. With the right approach, they can actually strengthen trust by demonstrating that you care enough to be honest and thoughtful. Chapter 7. Building lasting connections. Memorable conversations create temporary connections. Lasting relationships require consistent effort and strategic follow-up. The plant a flower technique. During conversation, mention something you'll do or send, an article, a connection, or resource. Then, actually do it within 24 hours. This follow-through transforms a pleasant conversation into the beginning of a relationship. Most people say, let's stay in touch, and never follow up. Be different. Be the person who actually does what they said they'd do. The sneak-up technique. Don't make follow-up heavy. A simple text saying, Still thinking about our conversation about X. Hope that project goes well is enough. You're staying on their radar without demanding anything. Light, friendly touches maintain connection without pressure. You're planting seeds, not demanding immediate harvest. The quid pro quo technique, always look for ways to provide value. Maybe you can introduce them to someone. Maybe you can share knowledge. Maybe you can offer feedback on something they're working on. Relationships thrive on reciprocity. Be the person who gives value without keeping score. Eventually, reciprocity happens naturally, but it shouldn't be transactional. The schmooze or lose technique, stay in touch with your network even when you don't need anything. Check in. Share interesting articles. Congratulate them on achievements. The relationship you maintain today is the connection you can call on tomorrow. People know when you only reach out because you need something. Build relationships consistently, and you'll have a network that's genuinely interested in helping you when you do need support. The echo the star technique. Remember and reference specific details from previous conversations. How did your daughter's recital go? Or did you ever take that trip to Portugal? This shows you were listening and that they matter to you. People remember how you make them feel. Making someone feel remembered and valued is one of the greatest gifts you can give. Chapter 8. Becoming unforgettable, the ultimate goal isn't just to talk to anyone. It's to be the person everyone remembers and wants to talk to again. This requires cultivating a memorable presence. The be a word detective technique. Pay attention to the words people use repeatedly. If someone keeps saying authentic or strategic or creative, those words reveal their values. Use their language back to them to show you understand their worldview. This creates an unconscious sense of compatibility. They feel understood at a deep level because you're speaking their language. The passion ploy technique. Develop and share your passions. People remember passion more than competence. When you talk about something you genuinely care about, your energy becomes contagious. Don't hide what excites you to seem professional or cool. Authentic enthusiasm is magnetic. Let people see what makes you come alive. The giver's glow technique. Be generous with your time, knowledge, and connections. Help people without expecting immediate return. Build a reputation as someone who adds value to every interaction. Generosity compounds. The person who gives freely and genuinely becomes someone everyone wants in their network. Lead the laugh technique. Find humor in situations and share it. Laughter creates bonds faster than almost anything else. You don't have to be a comedian, just someone who helps others see the lighter side of life. People gravitate toward those who make them feel good. Laughter is one of the fastest ways to make people feel good in your presence. The never the naked city technique. Always have something interesting to share. A book you're reading, a concept you're learning, an experience you had. Be a person with stories, not just someone who asks questions. Interesting people have rich inner lives they're willing to share, cultivate interests, pursue experiences, and bring that richness into your conversations. Being unforgettable isn't about being the loudest or the funniest. It's about being genuinely interested in others while also being genuinely interesting yourself. It's about making people feel valued while offering value. It's about connection, not performance. The ability to talk to anyone isn't a genetic gift. It's a learnable skill. Every technique we've covered today, from the flooding smile to being a word detective, is something you can practice and master. Let's recap the journey. We started with first impressions and how 7 seconds determines how people see you. We explored small talk as the gateway to meaningful connection. We discovered how to make killer conversations that people remember. We learned that listening is more powerful than talking. We mastered body language as the foundation of communication. We navigated difficult conversations without damaging relationships. We built strategies for lasting connections. And we explored how to become genuinely unforgettable. These 92 techniques aren't about manipulation. They're about becoming more aware of the subtle signals we send and receive in every interaction. They're about making others feel valued, heard, and important, because that's what creates genuine connection. You don't need to implement all 92 techniques tomorrow. Start with 1 or 2. Maybe it's the flooding smile. Maybe it's asking better questions. Maybe it's following through on what you say you'll do. Practice one technique until it feels natural. Then add another. Over time, these small adjustments compound into a completely transformed ability to connect with people. Remember, people won't remember exactly what you said. They'll remember how you made them feel. When you make people feel valued, interesting, and understood, they'll always remember you positively. Your relationships, professional and personal, are your greatest asset. The ability to talk to anyone, connect with everyone, and build lasting relationships is the skill that opens every door. If this video gave you techniques that will improve how you connect with people, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on communication and social skills. Drop a comment and tell me, which technique are you going to try first? Now go practice. Talk to someone. Use one technique from this video. Notice what happens. Then come back and try another. The conversations you have today create the relationships you'll have tomorrow. Make them count. Make them meaningful. Make them memorable. You now know how to talk to anyone. The question is, who will you talk to next?